All right, so Blackboard, let's do it. So you log into Blackboard, you click on our class, and this is what you see first. You see our announcements, you see, that kind of menu to the left. If you don't see the menu to the left, look for a little skinny blue bar all the way to the left-hand side of your screen. Click on that, and it should pop it wide open for you. All right, so just keep that in mind. If that ever disappears on you, it's just a little blue bar that kind of runs right along the edge. All right, so click on that. Now, let's go through what Blackboard looks like. I don't recommend using the homepage because for some reason the homepage isn't populating things the way that it should be. At times, it's kind of inconsistent. I can't figure out the issue. And it's not just my class. This is kind of school-wide. So avoid the homepage. That's my advice. All right? It relies on too many relays and things like that. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and I don't trust technology. I'm one of those... don't put everything on the internet. That's me. So we've got our announcements page. That's where we start off every time we log in. Make sure to read announcements. I also send them straight to your email as well, so that way you have access to them on multiple platforms. I strongly recommend that you link your GTC email account to your phone. This will make it a lot easier. You'll see notifications and things like that about your emails, which is great. I will say, personally, I don't send out a lot of announcements. I kind of feel like having to send an announcement means Blackboard has failed somehow. I'd prefer Blackboard to be completely user-friendly and conveying its information properly rather than having to consistently reach out and send reminders. That's another thing. I'm not huge on reminders, so I'm not going to remind you when assignments are due. It's up to you to know when assignments are due. So use the tools at your disposal. Use the calendar, use the lessons folder, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Before we get to the lessons folder, we're going to go into start here, because let's just move chronologically here. So in here, you'll find the syllabus, which is also linked right there. Now, you should have already watched the syllabus video. If you did, then you know what's in it. Awesome. If you still need to read those first two parts, then go on. Have a read, pause me, and come back, just to make sure you know everything that's going on with the class. Now, in terms of the MLA handbook, it's here. I'm also going to link it under lessons so that you have access to it there as well. Okay, free library help. Our librarians are amazing, so make sure you utilize everything that they offer to you. They'll be especially helpful later on in the course when we're doing research and trying to apply that research to our ideas. The first part, there's going to be no sources, so we really don't have need for a librarian at this moment. But once Essay 2 comes around, they're going to be your best friends, or they could be, at least. So make sure that they are. They're really cool. In terms of writing tutoring, so I mentioned, having a tutor look at your writing before you submit a draft. I think that's an amazing idea. You can actually submit an appointment here. If you click the link, you can click book an appointment, and you've got the information that you need. So you'll be able to make an appointment through here and then figure out their availability from there. Learning Success Center is fabulous, so make sure to utilize that, as it's an amazing tool. All right, orientation exercises. I keep these here. I don't require that you do them. It's just something that the school puts out. So if you feel like you would like to, please feel free. Otherwise, don't worry about it, okay? Now, the calendar, I'm not going to pull up my calendar because it's going to show every class. It's going to look weird. It's going to be like, blah. So what I'm going to recommend to you is you can use the calendar. The assignments are set to automatically populate. But again, this might just be old me and my distrust of technology, but anything that automatically populates is like kind of a red flag for me. All right, so, you'll want to always double check assignments, and you double check them in, right here, the lessons folder. So when we click this, you'll see that you've got your welcome quiz. If you haven't yet done the welcome quiz, please make sure that you do. You have to submit it by 2/11, otherwise you will be marked as a no-show and you'll be, removed from the class. I need to see that you are participating in class activities. All right, so just make sure you do that. Now, Lesson 1, illustrating your ideas. That's what we're going to be doing first. Our illustration example essay comes first, if you remember, and you'll see that each week is sectioned out in the same way. this week's videos, right? We have syllabus and class policies. By the time you see this, you'll have an actual link there. Using Blackboard, by the time you see this, you'll actually have a link there, right? So these are all going to be linked in right here. You just click, it's going to shoot you over to YouTube, and then boom, you've got all the content that you need. All right, so just keep that in mind. You are required to view these videos, and they are, like if you look down here in week 2, they get you prepped for the assignments for the week. So I'll make sure the videos are there before the week starts, and you make sure to view them before you start your assignments. I think that sounds like a really good deal. All right, so just keep that in mind. You will always have tools available for everything that I'm asking you to do. You just have to use them. Okay, of course, if you have a question, please make sure that you ask it. All right, so you can also see that we have assignments each week. This week it's light. We only have the welcome quiz. Cool, nice and easy. Based on what we talked about in the syllabus, then you just kind of shoot over and take the welcome quiz. All right, this is keeping you in the class, so definitely make sure you do it. All right, in terms of next week, the assignments, we have 2 quizzes and 2 written assignments. So the quizzes are here, right? You click on the title and then click begin. It's going to show you all of the questions on the quiz, and then you answer them, and then, quiz. It's all multiple choice, all of our quizzes, and you can take them as many times as you want. So make sure you take that opportunity. Give yourself enough time before the deadline. Now, when it comes to written assignments, I have a few things that I really want to point out, right? So our thesis statement is our first written assignment. So we're going to, make sure to read the instructions. That's important before you do it. And you'll see once you click on the title for the assignment, you'll see the deadline. You'll see the number of points that you can possibly earn from this assignment. You'll see the instructions again, which is amazing. Just make sure you can kind of go through your assignment one last time. Make sure you have everything. And then you have the assignment submission down here. Now, this text submission and write submission button, please don't use this. I can't remove it. I've tried. I've asked how to. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't work. So I can't remove it, but I need you to not use it. Everything that we do in class is going to be submitted as a doc or docx file. So it's really, really important that you keep practicing that you practice your MLA formatting every time that you do it, right? So we'll talk about that in a future video so you don't miss out on understanding what that is. But it needs to be a doc or docx file, not a text submission. All right, super, super important. If you have any concerns, like say there's something that you're struggling with and you really would like extra feedback on or something like that, let me know in the comments. Just make that, and then I can see it alongside your submission, and then I'm happy to address that as well. Okay, so just sort of keep that in mind. Once you have your file attached and you click submit, then you're good, right? It'll show you what you've submitted. Just make sure that that's the right thing, and then you can be done. So that is essentially how you submit an assignment if you haven't done that for a class before. Now you'll notice that the things here are in the same order as they show up in the assignments. I try really hard to make things consistent, okay? And that is the same each week. So we've got our weeks. They tell you what we're doing in the week. They tell you the assignments that you have to accomplish, and then they have the assignments linked underneath them. Again, the only one that doesn't is the welcome quiz. That's in the lessons folder, on its own, because I wanted to make sure you had it before I made this folder available to you. All right, so my grades. This is where you go to see my feedback. So if you click on my grades, and then right now it's going to be blank, so I'm not going to click on it. But if you click on my grades and then you click the title of your assignment, it should give you the option to see, should show you my in-text comments, and it should show you my rubric comments. All right, so or overall comments, maybe they call it. So just keep that in mind. Always make sure that you're looking at comments for one assignment before you move on to start the next. With this very short, very fast-paced class, I always make sure to get comments back to you quickly. So it's not unheard of for you to have most of your assignment comments back by the next day. All right, so make sure that you're looking at your comments. Office hours, 2 to 3 p.m. This is how you come in and you see me. virtually, right? Remember, I still have office hours on campus from 7 to 8 a.m., but 2 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. All you do is click this, type in your name, click join, and you're in. Okay, I'll get a little notification. I'll switch my tab over so that I can talk to you, and we iron out whatever it is that you need to talk about. Nice and easy. I'm here for you for that time, so don't feel weird about joining in. All right. And then also you have send email links down here if you'd prefer to send an email through Blackboard. You have help, and you have surveys. Surveys are really only helpful at the end of class, the end of like our whole class, because that's where the course evaluations are done. All right, so just sort of keep that in mind. All right, I think that basically covers Blackboard. It's very, I try to set it out so that it's very logical, very clear, and that there's no confusion. There's no like a bazillion click-throughs or anything to make it weird. I try to make it, you see, what you see is what you get, okay? Hopefully I've succeeded there. If you have any questions about Blackboard or anything, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.